Hi, Chef Mark Parmley again. I'm going to talk to you today about some fantastic scallops we have from Great Alaskan Seafood. These U8 to U10 dry weather vane scallops are some of the best you're going to get in the world. And I want to show you properly sear and fix these scallops.
Hi, I'm Tim Berg with GreatAlaskanSeafood.com, and I'm here with Chef Mark Parmley today. And what we have here is a dry scallop. That's what we sell at GreatAlaskanSeafood.com. Mark, what happens in the scallop industry is that the industry allows scallops to have 18% moisture added. So normally the scallops you're going to buy in a grocery store, 18% of what you buy is going to be whiteners, chemicals, and moisture. And so when you thaw those scallops, you're going to have a lot of moisture. And what's left over in your meat is going to be kind of a chemical taste. It's not what you're going to want to have your family eating. Now, when you thaw our scallops, do you see a lot of moisture left in the bags?
Not at all, and that's why I really like using these scallops throughout the summer. Whenever I buy them back at home, I order them through you because I know I'm going to get the proper amount of the right natural saline from the sea that's in them. Nothing that's going to be bombarded and put inside of them that doesn't belong there. And they will sear up perfectly, caramelizing the outside of them without losing too much moisture on the inside. This scallop will always be moist, sweet, and perfect.
So what's important is to start out with a very, very high grade scallop, and that's what we offer. These are our weather vane scallops caught in Kamishak Bay, Alaska. They're 100% dry, but there's a real trick to cooking scallops. And the key thing you don't want to do when you're cooking scallops is to take a frying pan, put your oil in there, and then heat it up. Because what happens, Mark?
Well, what you're going to do is you're just slow frying your food, and that's not the proper way to sear things. What you'd like to do is heat your metal, heat your pan, get that nice and hot. Once you have that, then you add your fat, a little bit of the canola oil. Anything that's going to be a high residual heat, it'll take that. So just a small tablespoon will do you. Anything else, we're going to be fat fried, and we're not into that.
But it happens really fast, right, Mark? You're going to hit the pan's really hot, almost smoking. Then you're going to slam the oil in there. Boom, the scallops go in. And then the other key is you don't touch them. Okay, don't peek.
No, that's it. Let them sit and dry. But when you get these scallops out, once you have them slack, the proper thing to do is allow them to set out on a tray or so. Take just a paper towel and just kind of dab them a little bit. And what that's going to do is going to take the excess moisture off the outside layer. That allows that scallop not to steam, but to sear. It's about caramelizing the natural sugars in the meat. So we'll take these scallops, we'll just dap them lightly on this paper towel so I know that they're dry on the outside. I'm going to take a little bit of kosher salt. We're just going to lightly season them. Just a little pinch on both sides. We're going to do a
Perfect.
little.
And look at the size of these scallops.
Are these the U12s?
These are generally going to be U8s to U10s.
10s, very nice.
Okay, and these are, these are the real deal.
That is the size per pound. If you're not familiar with that, you're going to get anywhere between 8 and 10 scallops per pound, which shows you the size of them. And that's going to be worth.
And they will come in 1 pound packages normally.
Indeed.
Okay.
So
these once again get delivered to your home, priority overnight FedEx shipping right to your door.
That's right.
So here we go. This is it's showtime on these scallops.
Pan's nice and hot. When you get maybe just a little residual smoke, you're going to see it to it. You know that that pan is hot. And what I'm going to do is just add maybe a little tablespoon of oil to it. Allow that to move around. And then I'm going to add the scallops directly to it.
Right away.
I want to hear the sear. There it is. And you know that's going to caramelize on the outside. You're not steaming it, you're searing it. And that's the best way to seal in all the natural flavors, get the crunch and the caramelization you're looking for, and leaving the inside of that scallop tender. Now, one key segment to this is not to flip them too quickly. Allow them to cook. You're going to only flip them one time. And it's going to set up perfectly. Caramelized on the outside, almost a little slightly translucent, sweet, and perfect amount of salt to it on the inside.
Beautiful. No peeking.
No peeking, as a matter of fact. It shall be
No peeking.
The only time you should peek is if it's a birthday present. This is not a birthday present. These are fine scallops from Alaska. So this is the sizzle that you want to hear, that searing.
You think about a minute?
You're looking at right at a minute, Tim. And there's nothing more than that. You're only going to flip it that one time and let the residual heat from the pan finish them off. You shouldn't overcook them after you do that.
Beautiful.
We're almost there. These are looking fantastic.
Just
I'm
peek
not
on
flipping.
one, Mark. Just peek.
Peek it. We're going to peeky.
Oh, look at
Look at that
that.
color, that nice golden brown
Look at
caramelization of it. So I'm going to go for just about 15, 20 more seconds, and I'm going to flip them, and I'm going to let them rest in that hot pan. That residual heat will continue to cook through the center, allowing you not to overcook them, but keeping the same texture that you want and what you bought them for. Great scallops.
And Mark, being that these scallops are sushi grade,
Yes, they are.
all of our scallops are sushi grade at greatalaskanseafood.com. You can actually have them completely raw in the middle, and that's the way a lot of people prefer them. Just seared on the outside, raw in the middle.
Sweet.
And they're fabulous. So any degree of doneness is fine, however you prefer them.
Oh, but I've even made ceviche out of these. So they'll leche de tigre. We'll get into that in another segment. This right here is the way I like to fix these scallops. Seared, usually served over a bed of risotto, a nice rice or pilaf, some asparagus, maybe even an orange glaze to go with it, but that's another moment. So now we've got that flame nice and high. We've already cooked one side, and you're about getting a quarter of the way through when you have the original heat on. When I kill it and let them rest, they will cook up. The tendency of carryover cooking of most proteins is usually a couple minutes. And since these are just big enough to carry the residual heat of the pan, you're going to allow these to finish. They'll be caramelized. They will be delicious. The great color on there. Now, once we cut into one of these momentarily, I'll show you that the center of it may be slightly translucent. You're going to get the whiteness from it. We've lost no moisture. Our pan shows no water loss. So you know that your scallops will not be dry. You're going to have the same moisture as when you bought them. They're going to be perfect. Just sealing the edges on it, caramelizing it, keeping them sweet. So what we're doing is just to minimize, you're minimalizing the water loss in these pans. So caramelizing the outside of them keeps them succulent and sweet. You're capturing every natural essence of the ocean, none of those fillers, no loss of moisture, fantastic scallops out of Alaska.
Okay, Mark, wow. These are perfectly caramelized.
Well, the inside should be perfectly sweet, white, juicy, slightly translucent, not overcooked. Because what you did is you sealed the outside to put all the moisture.
Because of the size of these scallops, I think these took about 3 minutes. I think you're about 90 seconds on a side.
That's correct. Yes. You're looking at a minute and a half to 2 minutes in a smoking hot pan, a little bit of oil, a little salt, a little pepper, goes a long way. You'll taste the sweetness of this.
I think we should cut into one of these and see what it's like.
We'll see what we're doing, what we're working with here. Beautiful. Beautiful on the inside.
Wow, that is fabulous. These scallops are one of my very favorite delicacies out of the ocean right here.
You're going to take a look at the inside of these here, that they are still slightly translucent. They're not overcooked. They're perfectly seared. They're exactly where they need to be to hold the moisture, the sweetness, and the natural saline from the sea.
Mark, I can't wait any longer.
We're going to have some of this.
I just can't wait any longer. Why don't you try
I'll cheers you with that.
piece and let's see what we got here.
Indeed.
All right.
I can't wait for dinner.
That is fabulous.
That's a delicious scallop.
So simple.
Sweet. Ready to
Man,
go.
that is absolutely out of
Little
this
salt
world.
and pepper.
Nice job.
Thank you, sir, for providing them.
Nice job.
Wild Alaskan Seafood, folks. Best way to get these scallops.